Hello, my friends, and welcome to another number corner. All right, today's a new day with all new things to learn, so let's get started right away so we can warm up our brains and get to all the important stuff. As always, we are going to sing our days of the week, so make sure you are singing loud and proud with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Days of the week. 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 There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. Days of the week. Excuse me, tickle. Days of the week. Days of the week. Days of the week. Don't you hate it when you are singing and you're in your groove and then you get a tickle in your throat? What you gonna do, my friends? All right, so we know today's a new day, but what day is it? This is where we have to start putting our knowledge and our song practice into use. So there's Sunday and there's Monday. Well, yesterday was Monday. So if yesterday was Monday, that means today is Tuesday. You got it. Let's turn on our Tuesday card. What is our date today? It's the 2nd. That means it is the 2nd day of this month. We're in a new month. Practice this with me. March. Good. Let's put it all together. Ready? Make sure you say it all with me at home. That way you're hearing it and you're practicing saying, putting a date all together. Today is Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021. All right, now March is a new month, so we have to make sure that we know what month March is in the year. So let me grab my cards here. So let's go ahead and say the months until we get to March and then we'll count them out. How does that sound? Ready? January, February, March. March. So what month is March? Let's count them out. 1, 2, 3. So March is the 3rd month, and today is the 2nd day of the 3rd month. So now we have everything we need to update our date card. So we're going to leave that 3 right where it is for the month. We're going to change the day to the 2nd. And we're going to leave that year as 21. So everything we write the date on today will be 3-2-21. But if you want to write your date in the long form, remember March, when we abbreviate it or shorten it, is MAR. We're going to change this to the 2nd. And the full year is 2021. But let's go practice writing the date, and let's talk about what our clock is telling us today on our card. All right, today's date, shout it out. 3-2-21. You got it. Let's look at today's clock. Remember, we're talking about clocks. We're talking about time this month. It's all about learning how to tell time. If you don't know how to tell time, how are you ever going to be on time for school? Or how do you know what time your favorite TV show comes on? How do you know if you can't tell time? So we need to practice. So first things first, what type of clock is this? Is this an analog clock or a digital clock? It's an analog. Good, because it's round, and we have to use the minute and the hour hands to tell us what the time is. So let's write down analog. First things first. Now we need to figure out what time is it telling us. So remember, the short hand is the hour hand. The long hand is the minute hand. Here is where sometimes we get a little bit stuck and confused. Here's our hour hand, but it's halfway between 12 and 1. What does that mean? Is it 12? Is it 1? Uh-oh. Well, let me tell you the secret. If it is halfway between two numbers, it is always the number on the left. So since it is halfway between 12 and 1, that means it's going to be 12 o'clock in our hour. Okay? If the hour hand were halfway between 1 and 2, then it would be 1 o'clock in our hour. So whichever number is to the left until it reaches all the way to the next number. Hopefully that kind of makes sense, but we'll keep talking about it. And we'll do some practice a little bit before spring break, a little bit when we come back from spring break. So don't you worry. So we already know that our hour is 12 o'clock. So here's our minute hand, though. Here's our long hand. And it's pointing to the 6. Is that our minute? 6? No, remember, every number on a clock represents 5 minutes. And remember, if you look on an analog clock, there's tiny little marks in between each number, each one of those marks represents 1 minute. So there's 5 minutes in between the 12 and the 1. So remember, if our minute hand was all the way at the 12, like yesterday, we start at 0. So let's count by 5s until we get down to the 6 to figure out how many minutes we're into the hour. Ready? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So the minutes will be 30. So right now, oops, my goodness, Mrs. Sae-Wong knows how to write a 3. Get it together, Mrs. Sae-Wong. So right now, our clock is telling us it is 12:30. Okay? Now, it asks, how much time has passed? Well, yesterday, it was 12 o'clock. So there was nothing to compare it to, right? But today is 12:30. So how much time has passed? Meaning how much time has gone by between 12 o'clock and 12:30? Well, we had 0 minutes here and we have 30 minutes here, but our hours are the same. So we're going to just focus on the minutes. So how many more minutes have passed? 30 minutes have passed. And that's important to practice too, right? Sometimes you'll be sitting and playing video games and your mom will walk in and be like, how long have you been playing video games? And you're like, I don't know. I sat down at 12 o'clock and it's now 12:30. You need to be able to tell mom, oh, I've been playing for 30 minutes. So she can either say, okay, no problem, keep playing. Or she can say, whoa, that's too much time. Get off your video games, right? Moms are all different. So, but it's important for reasons like that to be able to say how much time has passed. So that's what we're going to practice every day when we're looking at our clock. We're looking at our minutes and our hours, and we're going to talk about how much time has gone by. All right, friends, thank you for your help with that. Now let's talk about days in school. Last time I saw your adorable faces yesterday was day 111. So let's go to our number line. Let's figure out what comes after 111. Remember, our number line starts at 100, so we're going to count on or count forward from 100. Ready? 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112. Oh man, so smart. And it's because you know that pattern, right? 10, 11, 12. If we know that pattern, we can count any number anywhere. So let's update our days in school. So we are going to change this to 112. So we have 100. Let's erase this. 112. Okay. Remember, we have 3 numbers, which means we have our ones, our tens, and our hundreds. So 1 in our hundreds means we have 1 100. 1 in our tens means we have tens. And a 2 in our ones means we have 2 days all by themselves. So again, in our hundreds, that means we have one group of 100 days. In our tens, when we have a 1, that means we have one group of 10. And when we have those 2 ones, we just have 1, 2 days all by themselves. So now let's write the equation to put it all together. So we start with our hundreds place. So we take that 100 plus our tens, so plus 10, plus our ones, so plus 2. So 100 plus 10 is 110. 110 plus 2 is 112. Okay, finally we have to color in another day on our days in school chart. So remember, we have a full 100 days colored in. So we have 100, 110, 111, 112. And that's why we learn how to group count and how we learn how to count by tens, hundreds, twos, all the things, because it helps us count faster. Look at how fast we just counted to 112. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. But that is it, my friends. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Thank you for warming up our brains with some number corner. I will see you all a little bit later. Bye, friends.